extra straws. "Fool me once, Joey." My teasing wasn't met by one of her typical sassy retorts. Instead, she turned for a third time to glance back over her shoulder toward the sad excuse for a Friday night crowd. Normally, the bar would have been packed with wall-to-wall weekenders, double-fisting cocktails and their American Express cards. But this season, too many days of drab, gray skies kept holding the city slickers at bay. Joey turned back to look at me. The side of her face was highlighted by the neon strobe of the half-lit Pabst Blue Ribbon sign that hung over the bar. I smiled as I surveyed her against the ridiculous backdrop. Joey never wore the standard staff t-shirt, but tonight's outfit was over the top, even by her standards. Her hot pink sundress had layers of billowing lace running down the back, revealing a black leopard print bra beneath it. Open-toed combat boots were laced up over her ankles, and glitter liner highlighted her eyes. This week's theme must have been glam rock. She swore her get-ups distracted customers from noticing the gaudy fishing nets and plastic crabs stapled to the wood-paneled walls. "I was going to suggest you get out of here," she said, hands on tiny hips. "I'll take your tables. None of these collared shirts look like big tippers. We don't both need to kill our Friday night. You should go look for some fun. You do remember what fun is, right?" She cocked a sculpted brow at me. "It's time to break your vow of celibacy. Go get yourself laid by a Mr. Right for now. Preferably one who has a porn-sized cock and enough brain cells to navigate a G-spot." As she spoke, she kept alternating between looking over her shoulder and nervously pulling at the ends of her fire engine red Victoria Beckham bob. I didn't have the guts to tell her I preferred last week's platinum blonde extensions. When we'd met in 7th grade, Joey's hair was still an undoctored, shoe-leather brown. As earth science partners, we'd both felt morally opposed to keeping our little salamander caged in a tiny glass terrarium. We snuck him out of the classroom in the pocket of her sweatshirt and declared his emancipation in the school courtyard during a private lunchtime ceremony. Our friendship had blossomed from the act of rebellion, and Joey had been coming up with grand plans ever since. I frequently got caught in the crosshairs. Something about this one smelled fishy, though. When Joey concocted a plan, she went all in. She stood next to me now, looking fidgety and anxious. Two things firmly against her religion. "You're up to something." My eyes narrowed as my head tilted to one side. "Why are you trying to get rid of me? Can't a girl do something nice without being questioned?" I blankly stared back at her. Foxy's dockside grill served as a second job for her, too. I put up with having my ass pinched by weekend tourists so I could help pay the stack of bills Satan kept leaving in the mailbox. Joey was building a nest egg to buy out the salon she managed weekdays. She knew I had nowhere else to be on a Friday night. If I wasn't here, working, I'd be taking care of things at home or down at the marina, holding the family business together with duct tape and a prayer. Orgasms didn't fit into my current lifestyle, even the no-strings variety. The shiny purple vibrator Joey gave me last Christmas sat stuck in a box in my nightstand, a sad relic of my neglected vagina. I needed to work, plain and simple. When my father came back, life would get easier. At least, that's what I kept telling myself. Maybe that's why serving frou-frou cocktails and lemon waters to a table full of city girls in flippy designer sundresses irritated the bejesus out of me. I should have been out exploring the world, too. Instead, my dreams lay scuttled on the ocean floor, buried somewhere between the eastern shore of Maryland and the bright lights of Paris. I'd been left behind, schlepping trays of food and a load of stress I was far too young to be hefting all alone. "Joey, I don't have time for sex. I haven't even shaved my legs the last 2 days." She sighed. I prepared myself for a lecture on personal grooming habits. Okay, she said, dramatically holding her hands up in submission. "Plan A is a bust. You couldn't make this easy on me and listen for once?" Joey didn't usually do testy. Her glass stayed half full. "So, here it goes. I'm just gonna rip off the Band-Aid." She huffed out a breath. "Your past just sat down in Emma's section. Either you stuff the years of resentment down in those apron pockets, or you go ask Johnny for the biggest knife he's got back in that kitchen. You and I can carve our initials in his balls like we should have done a